Welcome to another episode of A Nerdy Geek and Guy. This time I get to be the geek because we're talking about surfing. Woo! These are my surf buddies, Korey and Danny. My second summer out here in Los Angeles. You guys were the ones I surfed with all the time, and we surfed at Venice a bunch, along with Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey's my brother.
Mikey's his brother. We're going to talk about surf movies because it's a nerdy show.
Yeah.
So, my favorite surf movie is probably Surf Ninjas.
Which I have not seen.
What?
I have not seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
You're not allowed to say what? Mister hasn't seen Aliens, Lego Movie.
You're not in this, Kermit. Get out. What's your favorite surf movie?
My favorite surf movie is Surf's Up, which...
The animated penguin.
Yeah, the animated penguin movie, which is a brilliant parody of surf documentaries, the way it's done.
Oh.
It's... Why is it my favorite? Just as it's the... Well, first of all, it's the... I think with animation, you can actually do more... make the surfing look less artificial. Because...
You think it looks more realistic?
It's not that it looks more realistic. It's still a cartoon, but it looks less unrealistic than some surf movies. You know, because it's animated and they could play more with physics. Plus, it's really funny.
Is it because Shia LaBeouf is the star?
Oh, I see your boy.
I see my boy. We're in the same tribe, but no, it's although John Heater's actually really funny. And, Napoleon Dynamite, he plays
And the dude.
the dude, yeah, the dude or the geek as he's called in this movie. Not to give anything away, but yeah, Jeff Bridges, just a great voice cast. Zoe Deschanel is also in it, and
all the surf
James,
greats.
yeah, and James Woods.
Kelly Slater.
Kelly Slater's in it. Yeah, we never actually see Kelly Slater, I don't think, but he does a voice in the movie. Yeah.
I should go see that movie.
Yeah,
Cool.
and also I just this is also something I said before, but damn you Happy Feet for being the first animated penguin movie to come out and just cause Surf's Up to not do that well because everyone thought they already saw an animated penguin movie. It's never good to be second to come in second unless they're a Columbus movie, in which case no matter whether you're first or second you're not going to make any money at all.
Well,
Yeah.
my favorite. There's so many to choose from. Big Wednesday, North Shore. I'd have to say North Shore. That was like the first surf movie I ever seen.
What's the guy's name? Ricky something?
Rick Kane. Don't go too deep. Rick, you're out too deep. Yeah. Oh man, I've watched that movie like.
Why is it
100
good?
times. It's just I didn't grow up in California, so I didn't know what the lifestyle was like until Rick Kane's from Arizona. He moves to Hawaii. He meets the Hawaiian girl and meets the surfer bro and all the it's just the whole surf lifestyle, and gets bullied around by Lance Burkhart, and most of the surf movies I watch were from like around the 80s and 90s because Point Break, Surf
I was thinking
Ninjas.
about Point Break.
Yeah.
Point Break's awesome.
Yeah, we could talk all day about
the original Point Break is the one from the 90s is now I think the second dumbest movie with that title.
Oh.
Yeah, they really didn't make
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Was it good?
I think if they didn't call it Point Break, it would have been a good movie.
The stunt work in that movie is incredible, but the first movie, the original, it's really dumb, but there's I think it's kind of cool, interesting to watch it today, especially considering the Fast and Furious series is so popular, because the original Fast and Furious pretty much ripped off the plot of Point Break. And when I saw the trailer for the remake, it looked like they were trying to rip off Fast and the Furious with just PG-13 and just very similar Paul Walker-ish lead actor and stuff. So,
That was interesting.
but it's so it's just like, especially just kind of the way the FBI agent character just kind of fails upward throughout the movie. I thought made it particularly dumb.
Yeah.
So that kind of segues into though we love these movies, they don't really capture surfing, do they? There's always something wrong with them. Why can't Hollywood make a good surf movie?
I think because they're still pandering to the broader audience, not just the surfer. I guess if you just went for a surf, the surf community, you wouldn't get too many people because most of those guys probably don't even bother to go to the movies.
And it's very coastal, Peoria. Surfing doesn't play in Peoria. They got no place to do it.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What about the old 70s, 60s surf movies, Gidget movies, and all of those?
I've never seen them.
I used to watch
Aren't they
the
credited
wood
with-
paneled station or
Well, they wouldn't even be at the beach really. They would be in a set that looked like a beach.
Yeah, I think.
And they dance
Yeah,
a
a
lot.
lot of Malibu
Like dance.
surfers. A lot of Malibu surfers just like they hate those movies because they caused like all these people to just like come to their come to Malibu in droves like all these people from the valley would just start coming into surf because there's the cool thing now and then they're like crowding the beaches.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of before Gidget and after Malibu, and it's like 200 times the people.
So surfing became popular and suddenly the surfers got resentful.
Yeah.
Because it became this new trend.
That's the way it goes.
Like the tiki craze of the 50s,
Yeah.
And it's hard just to go and film yourself surfing out in those areas because you need a permit to even record.
That's something I didn't think about.
Yeah, because in my early days, we would go out and go surfing and film, and there all the time Baywatch would be there, trying to saying you need a permit or
Really?
wrap it up.
Huh.
You have to have pretty much your phone to take a camera.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Nowadays you can shoot a movie on your phone. Though,
Yeah.
right? Shoot a
gotta be
surf
sneaky
movie
about it.
with GoPro. Yeah, I don't know. I think surfing. I think you guys would agree. It's an experience. It's like skateboard movies. Any I don't know. I guess I won't say sports movies in general because you can watch like a football movie and feel. I don't know. I never played football. Maybe they all suck. Or baseball, but like with surfing, it's like you just can't capture the feeling. Like I think music does the best job of capturing the feeling of surfing, and so I suppose you could make a surf movie that's very music centered, and like maybe that would come close to it. But yeah, I don't know. The visual, something about it just doesn't capture the feeling that you get riding waves.
It just says how they've never made a good surfing video games because probably the closest thing to a good surfing video game I think was Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer, which came out around the same time as the Tony Hawk Pro Surfer series.
It's like the same company.
It's just the same company. Yeah, it's the same company, and it's the only one where like they actually the music in it. It's like it's punk rock, and it's not like the twangy surf guitar that they put in other. I think it's just also I think in a skateboarding game there's like continuous motion, because with skating there's continuous motion, whereas with surfing you have there's a lot of waiting around, and I think maybe with when you try to make a game out of it, it doesn't feel real just because there's continuous waves. You got to make it continuous, or else the player's gonna get bored.
Yeah, that's a good point. So a lot of surfing is a lot of waiting around. People don't like to wait these days.
I think what the best format for surfing has been documentaries. I think there's dozens of those great ones that some of my favorite that's actually got me into documentaries was watching, because you kind of feel like how they feel. Like Step Into Liquid was one of the first ones I watched,
That's a
and
good one.
believe it, it's funny because it actually came with a copy of Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer.
Did it?
Yeah, if you bought the DVD, you got a copy of Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. But yeah, that's where I got it. And I remember us being at work showing each other.
You showed me that movie.
Skate videos. That's where a lot of us got into film, was doing stuff like that.
So the problem is like a narrative story. Like surfing doesn't involve a story. It's just like.
I think it's hard though, because everyone's got to make it. Every movie's made for money, and you're not gonna make a lot of money making this surf movie.
That's true.
It's funny. I met John Stockwell once. He's the director of Blue Crush, and he was talking about how like an earlier draft of the script of Blue Crush didn't even have a plot. It was just surfing, and they were just like, okay, you need to have something happen, and that's why the whole thing with the surf competition and her training for it is in the movie, because something has to drive the story.
Yeah. But surfing is like this one long, continuous life's journey.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been surfing like most of my life, and I'm not that good, right? and maybe that's something.
Or me.
Maybe that's something to do with me, but like it's a process, and you learn life lessons, and it's a maturity thing.
What was that? I know you would know. What was that really horrible Matthew McConaughey surf movie?
Surfer.
Surfer, comma dude. Surfer, dude.
Yeah.
I
didn't see it either.
A friend of mine quipped that was just like behind the scenes of Matthew McConaughey's vacation.
Yeah, I think it opened only in Malibu.
Yeah, it had like a one theater open.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I've never been to that theater. There's a theater in Malibu. It's actually owned by Regal now, but there's a 2-screen movie theater in Malibu. It's one of the few theaters in LA that I've never been to.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's get on that.
I think I'm sort of wondering if it has showtimes before noon, because I imagine that everyone's out surfing and no one will go see a movie before noon.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I was in Malibu today at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And there were like 20 guys at Topanga, and the waves were this high. It's like, what are 20 guys doing chasing these little waves? People love to surf. And that's not good. That's not a good movie.
They're very territorial over there too.
My favorite surf movie. I didn't answer my own question. I love Endless Summer as a surf documentary, but like it's not like a narrative movie. Probably Surf Ninjas is my favorite. Which I mean, I don't know, but I like Kung Fu in the '90s. So
that was a prequel to Step into Liquid.
What?
In the summer. Yeah.
Oh, in the summer. I thought you meant Surf Ninjas.
Was Leslie Nielsen in that? I'm trying to remember.
He was the bad guy.
The cyborg bad guy.
All right,
that sounds interesting now. Actually, Leslie Nielsen as a cyborg bad guy in a surf movie. I have not seen Surf Ninjas.
I'll lend you my copy.
Maybe the future holds the great surf movie. Maybe the guys right here will make it.
All right, we'll have to see. Okay, that's probably enough surfing that people who watch Nerdy Geek and Guy can even talk stand to listen to. So
we should do like the karate indie.
I'm trying to think of what they say.
I forget what he says, but yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching. All right, that's good.
Well, that was sad right there at the end, but otherwise it was a great bit.
Thanks.